You might have a roof on your house that doesn't have shingles on it. It's more of a low slope, or what we call flat roof systems. Typically, they still have some slope to them. It's just a lower slope. Let me show you some principles on those and kind of the design and how those, like as you go through the process, what it looks like, because you might not really understand what's involved. So I'm going to show you today. So here's an older one that we're going to take off. I can always tell you that a lot of the details really matter on anything in roofing. Flat roofs the same way. These edges right here, I typically like for this rubber to stick past the edge so it doesn't shrink, because over time the water will actually creep back in and behind that. This one's sealed really good, so they're not really having any issues, but we see that a lot. And if you see right here, someone's actually made a repair, probably because of the exact thing I was telling you about, where the water will creep behind there. So if you have this rubber stick past here and you give it some room to shrink and stretch, you know, Florida gets really hot. We can get some cool months, so you're going to get a little bit of expansion contraction with it and start to have some issues. When you change these out, you want some type of slope. Typically you want to have at least a 1/4 inch of slope. How do you do that? You have to rebuild the whole roof? No. Not every situation is like that. Here's a really good way of doing that. It's what we call an insulation board. So this here is a 2-inch board flat, and then this is actually a tapered board that actually drains the water off, and then we actually fasten it down with plates and screws, and then we add some more on the perimeter, and then we actually put an edge metal on here when we're done, fasten it down again. If you look right here, you see there's 2 pieces of insulation board. See how small it starts out there? And then you can see that top board, it grows as it goes. We're splitting it 2 different ways. So the base is just a 2-inch, and then on top is your tapered. The reason there's a 2-inch underneath is to give it some more insulation value, keep the building cooler, keep the roof cooler. It's gonna last longer. And then the second layer is actually your tapered that pushes the water off the roof. And this is our base going down. We'll put this will stick right to this when we get it all done. It sticks right to this board, then you get an edge metal on here. So we make our own edge metal. So we can make it as long as we want, we can kick it back, we can design it any way that we want, and then we can actually extend it in a little bit too, so it's a lot better overall. So I love the fact that we can make our own, because what do we see? A lot of times the problematic areas are in your metal details. All we do is a machine at the shop. We design this piece right here. Now we're gonna have to make it different because we're adding insulation like we are over here. So it's gonna be a lot taller, and also this slopes this way and then it slopes that way. So we're gonna have to have a center joint right there. All of this is gonna get covered up right here with our own customized metal. Like right there where the gutter is, we're gonna make it long enough where it drops right into the gutter. Just a few details on the flat roof systems. You might have one of these in your home, and here's how we address those situations.